Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great Friday. We're 2 minutes early. Why? Because the jobs report is going to be due out any minute. The jobs report is basically our current barometer of the health of the economy, and it's what a lot of traders are watching to get a gauge on what the short-term direction is going to be. So there's essentially three outcomes. There's always infinite outcomes, but we're looking for three primary things. First of all, if our jobs report is slightly under the estimate, that's a good thing. It means we're getting a little bit stronger, but we're not quite where we want to be. And that's the best possible case for the market right now, and that's what we want to see. If we see a massive beat on expectations where we're getting double the jobs we expected, although it's a good sign for people in the world and the economy, it is not great for us as traders, because what that does is it sets a bearish tone that the economy is growing much stronger than anticipated, and it's more likely we're going to see an easing of the support that is being put into the market. So although it looks great, it's probably a bad thing, and it's more likely that interest rates are going to increase a little bit quicker, which is not great for a lot of the tech names. If we see a massive undercut and very, very low jobs, well, the economy is just not doing well. When the economy doesn't do well, eventually nobody does well. That is what we were watching for right now. That information is due out in about a minute or so. So we're going to see what the reaction is on that. And what I like to do with these reactions is I go right into the SPX 500 or in SPY, and I watch the 1 minute time frame. So it looks like somebody might already have some information, or at least the speculation is already underway on what that information is going to look like. Of course, there's always people who have information before we do. There's just no way around that. We are the low totem pole as far as info goes. By the time it hits CNBC, unfortunately, everybody already knows. All right, so a little bit of back and forth. Volatility like this is very, very common. I still haven't seen any numbers. I'm watching the chart guys room, because usually that's faster than the news outlets for me. We got a couple of people inside the community. I don't know how they do it, but they will get information, news reports, and I see it there faster than I see it reacting on the charts. So volatility underway on the 1 minute time frame. Initial range set. Our high is still our high. Doesn't really matter what's happening or the impetus for a particular move. 4433.2. Here we are. We got information in the chart guys room. 949,000 jobs added. I'm not sure what the expectation was. I don't see anywhere else on the CNBC yet. Come on. Well, I'm guessing it's a good thing, because the market is telling us it's a good thing, right? That's why we love the charts. Everything is already in the chart. I don't even need to go and look at the news to understand what the news is likely to say. It's already being put in front of us. That's the beauty of this stuff, guys. You don't have to dig. You don't have to dig into 8Ks and performance ratios and all of that fancy stuff. You get to just play the charts, look for beautiful patterns, and look for the market psychology inside the pattern to help you understand what is happening in the market. Okay, welcome to the pregame show. My name is Jason. I am a partner with the chart guys, much like Lori. Lori is on a well-deserved vacation. I believe she tried to do the show yesterday, but the hotel internet, and you can't trust hotel internet. You can't. It didn't let her down. So I am here to give Lori some backup. She is in the chat room. I'm pretty sure she's listening in to make sure that I am not leading her friends astray. We're going to try to follow Lori's program as much as possible, and you're all going to be happy to know that Lori's given me some Queen of the Mountain trades, and I am happy to represent Lori as the Queen of the Mountain today. So let's get started. The market's still responding positively. By the time we get to checking out the indices, we'll have a little bit more breadth to the breakout here. So we're going to go look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is tied to a lot of the names we're going to talk about for King of the Mountain trades. If we go to the daily time frame, we can see that Bitcoin has had a pretty good little maneuver, right? We've had multiple days of upside. We've changed the daily trend. We've locked in a daily higher low. And now what we're going to need to do is go through the fractal investigation of a chart. And what I mean by that is anytime we're looking at a chart, here, the daily time frame, we need to go at least 2 levels deeper to understand what is happening fractally. Now, a fractal means that the chart can be broken into multiple time frames, right? We obviously see a trend here on the daily time frame, but once we go into the 4-hour time frame, we're going to see a different trend. And once we go into the 4-hour time frame, we're going to see a different trend. And all the rules follow the same set of protocol. So we can dive in and dig deeper to get a better understanding of the context of where we are, what the most likely outcome is. And the most likely outcome is my favorite thing in the entire world, because it lets me make money in the market. So daily time frame, daily high or low set, bulls moving to the upside. This 2 days of range is going to mean we're a little bit tired on a smaller time frame. So we dig into the 4-hour time frame to get an idea of what's happening. Here's that big run up. Here's the loss of the 4-hour trend. Now we bounce. We get a lower low, but a higher low. Correction. We got a lower high and a lower low, but then we get this big pulse. So this was over the last 24 hours or so. We saw this in Ethereum. We saw a lot of positivity. Now we need to consolidate because we are overbought in these 2 candlesticks. And see how these all tie together? 4-hour time frame is in a bullish structure. It is a bull flag. So we have big volume on the way up. A bull is showing their commitment. And what we can do is go into the 15-minute time frame and try to look for signs of a flag. So we have lower lows overall. That's good. And we have lower highs as well. Now I'm going to erase my chart because I want to show you how I go about doing this. I go and grab what should be the peak of our flag. I come down and try to grab the most likely area for resistance. So it's this guy here, and I'm going to ignore the most recent data because we can't incorporate that. We don't want to use the most recent data to fit our bias. So if we're right about this, it's going to go to the upside anyway. And if it wants to break out now, then I'm going to let it do its thing. So I'll drag my parallel line. As long as we are encompassing the vast majority of our information here, that's good. Now what we want to do is break the hourly trend. So we want to get a higher high over 41,211 to validate the bull flag breakout over this level. What that is going to do is give us a 4-hour bull flag. It's going to give us hourly trend change. And if we see an uptick in bull volume, it's all going to put a little nicely packaged bow on our gift and hand it to us as a 4-hour bull flag breakout. Beautiful setup and very, very similar to what we're seeing on Ethereum. Ethereum 4-hour chart looking good. Not quite as tight as a bull flag, but we can still see that we're on a 15-minute counter trend. So both Ethereum and Bitcoin doing very, very well. Again, paying attention to these because we will be reviewing some related names for the king and queen, or king and queen. Lori, are we the king and queen of the mountain? I know you're listening. Perhaps we should do some sort of ceremony. I'm sure your husband won't have any problem with it, nor will my wife. Let's take a look at the indices. So it's been a few minutes. Ooh, now we're coming back down. Let's go look at CNBC and see. Better than Dow futures jump after better than expected jobs reports. Okay, what is our actual number here? Let's see. It's all over. Too much information. Back to the chart, guys. There it is. Distilled. Right in the chart, guys. So easy. 950 added. 845 estimated. So this is still relatively flat. And we're seeing that, right? We haven't followed through. We haven't got anywhere. We're right on track. So a slight miss is really what we want. We wanted a slight miss in the other direction with a slightly lower number, but here we are. All things considered, all good. So let's go back to the daily time frame, get a read on what our indices are going to be doing today. Bulls have hit a higher high, so they have a ton of room. This is a sideways trading for the vast majority of trading. And in fact, we're still in this range. We haven't really confidently broken out of it. If we go back over here, drop our area of resistance. And I like to do this because it gives me multiple zones from which I can gauge our breakout strength. So we haven't really broken out quite yet, have we? We need to test this area as a support. We go in fractally investigate again. But what we can say is that we have 4-hour higher lows and higher highs. We need to be cautious of a wedge formation because we haven't broken out of that squeeze range yet. Going back over here, and Lori generally has a squeeze chart. Here's this big squeeze momentum starting to shift. So maybe this is a squeeze breakout. Daily time frame, all-time highs is our resistance, and the lower part of that range is going to be our area of support. So we can go back and say our last support 4,374 right down there. So it's up the bulls today to really make a solid push, take advantage of this squeeze, and break out to the upside. Perhaps this will be the impetus that they need to pull it off. Let's go see what the NASDAQ is looking like. Ooh, NASDAQ doesn't look like that. You know why the NASDAQ doesn't like that? Because better than expected jobs means the economy is doing better, which means we're more likely to see a cessation to the easing and the raising of interest rates. And if we raise interest rates on companies like, I don't know, let's just throw Tesla out, for example, who have massive debts as part of their business model. If they have to pay more interest on that massive debt, that's going to undercut their revenues. Therefore, they're not as profitable. So even the slightest tick in interest has massive impacts on these big companies. So we're seeing some weakness in the QQQ. Luckily, we have an incredible range for any sort of weakness to come into play. We hit all-time highs yesterday. Daily support is not very far away at 14,866. We'll review these again as we get into SPY and the actual ETF tickers that we generally trade. Let me check out our chat. Excellent. No problem. So I forgot to do the audio check and report. Excellent. Okay, let's take a look at the Russell. The Russell loves this. Why does the Russell love this? Because the Russell is basically a giant basket of small companies. And if small companies are able to get workers and people are coming back to work, that is a good thing. Because it can be very, very difficult to find help. And your company does not run unless you have good people. And that's why I am appreciative of Lori. Because she is the people that helps our company and her company, because she is a partner, run. This lady brings her computer to weddings and vacations. She's crazy. It's a good kind of crazy. I love it. But come on. Come on, Laura, take a break. She can't. Neither can I. Russell doing well. Daily resistance, 2,250 flat. We have a daily uptrend. Now the issue here, remember we're talking about fractal investigation of a chart. If this is a uptrend, what is it counter to? And is it counter to anything? We can go to the weekly time frame and say, shoot, we are in a weekly sideways, possibly a weekly downtrend, which could build this out to be a bear flag. So we got to be cautious about that. It's not a very strong bear flag if it is. So right now we're going to give the short-term momentum to the bulls, allow them to try to push to the upside. And then we have a big weekly resistance right here at 2280. So we still have a lot of room on the daily time frame before we need to worry about any possible reversals in that particular area. 2250 is our short-term area resistance. I'm already running out of time, and I can't go late today because I've got the TCG morning show to do in 20 minutes. So I got to jump out in 10. I'm trying to speed things up here a little bit for you guys. We're going to look at oil. Oil is a daily downtrend. Here are our lower highs, lower lows support. 65.11, and we also have support at 67.63. So this time we're going to be looking for this daily downtrend. We have our big move here. This daily downtrend is part of the overall structure. Now we're looking for a counter trend here. So what we'll do is we'll look at these two candlesticks, understand the formation of this structure, and we're going to look for signs of weakness for the daily downside continuation. So essentially, we're looking for signs to enter a short position inside this range. So we'll go to hourly time frame, take a look at what's happening here. Clear our charts, my favorite thing to do. I'll get out of there. So if we are going to see a short-term reversal, what are we going to look for? Well, overbought conditions is a good signal, and then we're going to look for the loss of support levels. On the hourly time frame, our hourly high or low is sitting right here. Come on, I did turn that magnet on. 69.24. Lose that, we're likely to see an hourly trend change reversal and then continuation back to the downside with a 4-hour bear flag. Well, not a 4-hour bear flag, an extended bear flag playing out. It looks like a daily bear flag, but the structure's not quite there. Anyway, hourly trend, key support level. No debating that one. Okay, gold. Gold, ooh. I wanted this to work out because we saw this beautiful test of this area support, and I guess technically we still do. But gold has taken a big nosedive on this news, and we know it's the news because, well, I checked the chart out, and we started this nosedive on high volume as soon as that jobs report came out. So what we can do is go look at areas of support. I don't think we have a heck of a lot in our area. So we'll go to our 4-hour time frame. Yeah, we plummeted right through that area of support. We can start looking to these levels for oversold bounces. So we are oversold the 4 hour time frame already. And where are we? Yeah, that's a 4 hour level we could maybe utilize right there. So watch our 5 minute time frame. We're already oversold on multiple. So we have an RSI stack condition, meaning we're oversold on 5, 15, 2 minutes, hourly, all the way up to the 4 hour time frame. There will be a big bounce on this, so we have to be watching for trend changes, bear flag, extension. So if this is our extension, this is a nice area for a bounce to start kicking off on the 4 hour time frame. Just have to wait until that waterfall actually stops. Don't try and catch the knife. Try to line up your areas of support with your oversold conditions, and the most important thing is going to be looking for your trend change in this area. Okay, we got 7 minutes left. What are we going to do? No, Lord, it never stops working. That is very correct. Green the Mountain doesn't take any breaks. That's true. That's true. Okay. Let's see. Queens of the Mountains today. We're going to jump into those. Remember we talked about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in this big, old, very strong 4 hour uptrend. For a bear case on Bitcoin, what we need to see is a high volume break under 39,879 on Bitstamp. If we see a high volume break under that level, that is an indication that our bull flag is going to fail. We can expect a lower low. So if you're looking for your most aggressive, most optimal entry on a flag, and it's the highest risk one, you're looking for a low under 39,879 against an area of support here, this projected trend line, and then looking for that move to come back up. So if you start to see a 5-15 minute trend change in here, heading back up inside this flag formation, that's your optimal entry. So our names that we're interested in, let's look at Coin. Coin is related to Bitcoin. It's a Coinbase ticker. And we have a big bull day yesterday following the strength that the Bitcoin bulls have been giving us. So we have resistance at 261.15. We also have resistance right here at 258.31. Our pre-market is very high at 255.17. We'll go to our hourly time frame to get the idea here. Almost a hourly bull flag. It is a little bit extended, but we have a significant run up. So what we're going to be looking for right away is a break of yesterday's high of day this morning. If we are able to break that, that's a lot of confidence for the bulls, and we're likely to see upside. If we don't see that, we have a lot of room for hourly higher lows, and we can be looking for the first 5 minute oversold condition. So what that would look like would be coming up, seeing resistance, pushing right back down as a lot of people pile out to lock in the profits from yesterday's pretty epic run. And then once we get that initial sell storm out of the way and we're in the 5 minute oversold, we generally get a little bit of a bounce. We'll see some resurgence of bulls in most cases. Break 258.31, all bets are off. Bulls are heading to the upside, especially if we can get a 4 hour bull flag breakup. Mstr, very similar situation, similar name with a similar correlation to Bitcoin. In fact, this one is more directly related to Bitcoin. Coin generates its income from trading, which means if Bitcoin's volatile, more money for coin. Mstr simply has a lot of Bitcoin. So they're almost like an unofficial ETF for Bitcoin. That's the way I look at it. Daily time frame, big breakout, minimal resistance to $882, way over here. So we can cut through these ranges like butter if the bulls really decide to do so. Yesterday's high day resistance, 729.68. And then we've got, pre-market. It's doing its very best to break that level. I don't want to open above that. I want to open below and then smash it to smithereens and just crush that level of resistance. So watching both of these names for momentum going into the open. 4 minutes left. Let's go look at CVNA Caravan. Resistance 344. This would be a beautiful place for a daily higher low. As soon as we get above that level and a closed screen, that is going to lock in our daily higher low. Look at what a beautiful trend that is. Look at the beautiful yeah, okay. Stop talking about it. I just love when the charts have that perfect flow. And this is just gorgeous. Okay, 344.32 area of resistance, pre-market, a lot of strength. Looking for a similar situation. We want to try to break the high of 376 right after open to show that upside commitment, but we have a massive amount of room. Anything over yesterday's, let's go, Both, they didn't fight things out too much. It's a big gap up. I'm going to put the big resistance or support here at 331.49. And I'm looking for the area where the hourly bulls we're fighting back and forth. You want to find that big moment where the bulls used everything that they could and they pulled back, and then the bears did everything they could and then pulled back. And those are your areas of support. These little ticks back and forth here, they're kind of boring. They don't really give you a ton of confidence in them. They're holding us level. This is a big push, and this is a big counter, so I'm going to be using that as area support. But generally, I'm looking for a continuation play or 5-minute oversold bounce play following a big move here. Next up, what news brought gold down? Jobs report. Roblox daily inside bar. Couple of big green days, a consolidation day. So inside bar tells us to be looking for the brick of 8104. Go to our 15-minute time frame. Ooh, beautiful. Right inside that range with a big 15-minute EQ. This is a beautiful setup. What bulls will be looking for is going to be a bull break over 8104, target 8193. So the general textbook play is buy on the break, sell if you go back under. If you go up, sell half at 8193, walk your stop. Seems easy, isn't easy. 7870 would be a bear break. Target would be 7620, just doing the same thing in the opposite direction. In this particular type of strategy, we're just taking the pieces. So if we anticipate a move to go for this, with the confidence in the move rapidly falling off in this range, we have no idea what's going to happen. We just take this chunk. And we take that chunk over and over and over 15, 20 times a day and be happy with it. No lotto to the moons, just small, confident, decisive trades. Datadog, similar situation. Big pre-market move yesterday, almost into an equilibrium of a wide range. We go to our daily time frame. We're going to be looking for a bull break of 135.38. These are high risk moves because of our gap up situation, but we had an entire day to consolidate, and bulls found some confidence here. So if they're able to get back over 135.38, they're going to be in a great position for continuation. If we lose 126.33, we're going to be looking for oversold conditions and a higher low over 116.39. Still a strong daily trend. Earnings report validates us being up here. We need to resume our direction. EXP. Okay, those have all been bull plays. Here is Lori's bear play of the day. You notice a correlation here. There is a drop. So it's the opposite direction. We're looking for a loss of 148.33. Go to our daily time frame. 150.02 is our next area of support. Where are we on the daily time frame? Pre-market 150.18. All right, we're getting real close to that, aren't we? 15-minute time frame, flirting with that area of support. Ideally, we open under, push up, resistance, downtrend, continuation, looking for that bear volume. Another high risk play here. And we are out of time, my friends. We'll take one quick look back at SPX. Let's go to the 2-minute time frame to see what we're doing. Still bouncing around, still inside this area support range. This is the sort of thing we'd like to see to confirm a breakout. We're not out of the woods yet. We are still fighting with this 4-hour range and these highs, and it's very possible we just set ourselves a new higher high. What really matters is, do we lose our consistent areas of support as we build up the pressure inside this squeeze? Well, that's what I'll be watching for. Short term biases to the upside. Gonna have a lot of fun with these momentum names today, and I need to take off because I got to get ready for the next stream, which starts inside the community. If you guys are looking for more detail on the indices and the expectations, check that out. We monitor pretty much everything, and the best part is if you want to take a look at individual tickers. I see Trainman Dan. If you ask about NVDA, that's the sort of thing we do. You ask about NVDA, we deep dive into the chart. And if you're about to do a trade on NVDA and you need a second opinion on the technicals, you just can ask, and you will have a swarm of people ready to trade and discuss NVDA with you. Again, out of time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful Friday. For those of you who are going to be in the community, I can't wait to talk to you. Have a great day, and good luck out there. See you Monday.